So let's talk a little bit about the writing process for that. Now, you and Tony do most of the writing for Byzantine, right?
Yeah, we over the course of our career, we've done the bulk of the writing. There's been tunes that Matt has helped on or wrote most of, and then on the album Oblivion Beckons, Matt and Skip both wrote with us. But this album, they decided to go ahead and just take a back seat and let me and Tony write the whole album for different reasons.
That's cool. So how does that work? Like, do you guys actually get together when you write, or do you all pass demos back and forth, or ideas, scratch tracks, or something like that?
We never get together. We can't function as a band like that. We have to write everything separate and present demos. That's how it started, and that's how we work most efficiently now. If we get together and try to write something at a practice, we almost stymie each other because it's like, I'm scared to bring this riff out because what if he looks at me weird? You know? But if I present a full song demoed out with everything, then they get a greater concept of, what we're doing, and then they're like, okay, we can try that. So.
Right. Now, what about the lyrics? Now, do you write most of those yourself, or does anybody else contribute to that from the band?
I've pretty much wrote all the lyrics myself up until on Oblivion Beckons. I started having a ghostwriter. I've got a friend I grew up with that's really fantastic lyrics, and he threw me some on Oblivion Beckons. I was like, wow, these are awesome. So I used them. And then on this album, I used them a lot. Like, helped write probably on 3 or 4 songs with me. Just because the more songs I get in my repertoire, I'm like, man, I've already talked about that kind of pain, or I've already talked about it that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even with great bands that you like, I mean, I notice now. I didn't notice when I was younger, but as I get older and I listen to some albums, I'll notice that over the course of a band's career, they'll have songs about the same damn thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you
look at a lot of the bands that's been around for a long time, and their lyrics are bad. Like Slayer's lyrics started out, I thought, like on the South of Heaven, I thought they were great. Now, if I read it, it's dribble. And like Metallica, like holy shit. They need somebody who's not a gazillionaire to try to write lyrics, because these James, he just shits the bed on everything now. So that's my main focus. I was like, I've got to keep my lyrics up enough. Kind of like I look at like how Ojeda does. You read their lyrics, and it's like a mind. They just screw with your mind. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. But bringing in my buddy, his name's Jamie Rakes, I bring him in, and he's got a different perspective of things. And it helps, So.
Well, I mean, it's awesome because I've always liked that you guys. Some bands kind of skipped out on this for a while, I noticed, but you guys always do include your lyrics with the albums, and I always like that. I'm a songwriter myself, so it's always good. I like to follow along with the lyrics while I'm listening, especially the first few times through. It helps you get the idea of the music. And
on this new one, we did not include the lyrics simply because now we are paying for everything ourselves since we have our own label. So we was like, that costs a lot of money. We'll skimp on that. But I immediately went to the lyrics website called darklyrics.com, which is a huge database of lyrics. So they're up there on the net. And we're also going to reissue this album in a couple months on vinyl. And when we do it on vinyl, it's going to have all the lyrics. So
that's awesome.